Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am back in the kitchen, not necessarily because I have to be, but because I have food in the oven and I have to keep an eye on it. So I thought, two birds, one stone, let's go. Today I am doing readings with the tarot cards. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to try and do it without cheating, without using the book. I'm going to see what I can come up with, see what what the energies tell me, and I'm going to do two readings. Okay, the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to do the parade. I wanted to do a reading on I didn't want to watch anybody else's readings on it until I did my own. So I'm going to do the reading on the parade. How is the energy regarding this individual's parade that is happening in DC on Saturday? I heard that it's supposed to rain. And I heard that there's going to be tanks that make lots of loud noises and things like that. So it's like if you have earplugs, use them. If you have a hearing aid, remove the batteries. But at any rate, so that's what I'm wanting to read on. So I'm reading on what is the energy like for Donald Trump's, and I usually don't say his name, but the parade. What is the energy like for the parade? I have the feeling, as my feelings are that the parade is going to be a huge flop. That is what my initial feelings are about it. I don't see this reaping what he thinks it's going to reap. But with that said, that's just my take. I just don't think that it's going to happen in the way that he thinks it's going to happen. And so I'm going to give you another shuffle, and then I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to start putting the cards down. I'm going to try and see how well I do with this, and I hope you are patient with me and bear with me if I get flubby with the language and stuff. Ugh. These cards are very slippery. So anyway, so here's one more shuffle. Says the guides. Okay, guides, I hear you and I heed your suggestion. Okay, is this good? Yes, it's good. Okay, so here we go. So here's the placement, the thing I used the other day when I did this, the readings that I did the other day. So the first card will be the present situation, and this is regarding the parade in DC. This is nothing else, just the parade in DC. And the card that I get is the Eight of Swords. And this looks very like a delusional kind of, the state of it. This person is bound. Her eyes are covered, her wrists are bound, and yet it looks like she could easily get out of those binds that she's in. But that is where she is. And so this is the first card on the thing. And I don't know, the Eight of Swords, it looks like there's a lot of hope in regards to this, about what's going to happen, how it's going to go, how it's going to gel out. And yet we don't really know what's going to happen, and we don't know how it's going to play out. But that is the energy that is coming up. It's crossed by the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is this idea of moving out of troubled waters. And I think that what this actually represents here, and with regards to this parade, is that you have all of this stuff going on. People don't really know what's happening, and it's crossed by the logic of what is happening, how things are really in the real world. So you've got your delusions, and you've got your blindsided part, and then you have the opening of the eyes and the moving away from one moment to the next. And I think that that's crossing that. And that's probably going to create some problems, because they're going to have to realize that things may not be what people think. The past issues King of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to look at this in a not really in the most positive way, because I think that the King of Pentacles in this instance is him. Or at least how he perceives himself. He perceives himself to be a king. He perceives himself to be on top of the world, and that everybody has to listen to him and heed him and do what he says, and not what they really want or what they really feel. So that's, that's the undercurrent of all of this. The immediate past is the Five of Swords. And it looks like this guy is got a bunch of swords, and he's only holding one. And I get the impression that fives are about disappointment, disarray, disorder, and just overall chaos, if you will. So I mean, there's a lot of swords energy here. There's like a whole bunches of it, and this is just another instance where people are trying to delude themselves into thinking that everything is going to be great when it may not actually be great. The underlying energy is the Ten of Wands. This is a heavy burden. I mean, it's cost a lot of money. They have to try and justify why it is that they're doing this in the first place, and what the people are really do think about it. So they're not exactly happy with the way this is shaping up. And I think that the Ten of Wands is really this burden, this massive burden that these people have with regards to contending with doing this, and that this is not going to turn out the way that they anticipate. So everything is basically pointing to it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen in the way that they think. The immediate future, what will happen is the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot doesn't look all that great. This is not an optimistic card in that sense, because the Chariot is like you're going off the basically, I got the image of Thelma and Louise in my head when I saw that card. It's like heading to the edge of the river, heading to the edge of the hill, getting ready to go down the hill, and you have no brakes. That is the energy that I'm getting with regards to this parade. It is a S show, if you will, and it's just it's going to be basically shown that it's going to be an S show. The hopes and fears card, the tower card. Oh my giddy aunt. Okay, the tower card is, I think most people know what the tower is. The tower is ultimate gloom and doom. It's an absolute disaster. It's they're fearful that this is going to be a total mess, and it's going to be a total S show. And something tells me that's probably exactly what it's going to be. But this is what they're, I think, most concerned about. How others see you is the High Priestess, and there's a lot of major arcana going on here. High Priestess. I can't remember really what that means, but if it's in reference to all of this stuff, I think that it is, you're seeing that somebody who is a bit of a chameleon. And this just, this character in this card is not a happy person. And I think that the High Priestess in this instance is about that higher wisdom that we all have about what's going to happen. We see this, we see what's going on, and we know that this is what's happening. Hopes and the hopes is the King of Wands. Okay, another king energy here. Yeah, this guy does not look happy at all. He looks very concerned. I've never pulled this card, actually. And it looks like his throne is floating in the air, and his throne has the symbol of the sun on it, I think. It looks like the sun, so fire, I think. But he looks concerned. There's like that feeling of concern that's, kind of prevalent in his behavior. I think that they're really concerned about how this is going to play, because up to now it's played very, very negatively in the eyes of the people. And the final outcome is the hermit. The hermit is out. He's outsided. He's an outsider. He's alone. He's isolated, and he thinks this is going to bring him the glory and the happiness and the joy that he really wants, but it's not. Everything that's happening with regards to this is a disaster and a half, and he is not going to be happy with it. These cards are very telling. They're saying this is going to be a mess. This is going to be a S show, and this is going to be a disaster and a half. People are not happy with it. They don't like it. They think it's a waste of money, and yeah, and that's how they view it. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards here. So position 11 is the Ace of Cups, which, yeah, it's and here we've got the King of Cups. So we've got the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. So I think this is kind of our impression of what's going on. We are looking at all of this and we're just saying changes need to happen, but we don't yet really know when and how it's going to happen. And then we've got in the last position, or the third position, is the Eight of Pentacles. And I think that we all know that this is just about money. It's about making a show for oneself and being at the top of the echelon, if you will. And yeah, and the final card is the Four of Pentacles. And this is the guy who's a hoarder. He's holding all his pentacles and he's wanting to keep them. They're mine, and nobody else can have them. So this is how I think this is how we all view what is going on, that this guy just wants the fame, he wants the acknowledgement, he wants to be praised and glorified and treated like he's like some kind of great person, and we're all just looking at him and saying, this is a disaster. And here we are in the Tower, and we've got the Hermit. He's alone and isolated. I mean, these cards are very telling about what's going on. So that is the parade. That's my read on the parade. Let me pause this, and I'll shuffle for the next read. Okay, so that was the first read that I did. I'm going to shuffle these like Libby does, so that these can get nice and mixed into the deck. This is just, I mean, I'm really kind of surprised by how much the cards are actually listening and by what the cards are actually saying with regards to all of this, because this is just, we all think it's crazy. We all think that what he's doing is nuts. And this is the first time I ever actually said his name. I usually do not say his name. I usually refrain from saying his name because I don't want to give him any energy. But since this is about his energy that I was reading on, then yeah. So the next thing I'm going to read on is the energy regarding the No Kings protests, the rallies, not the rallies, but the protests that will be taking place all over the U.S. on Saturday. And there's going to be one in Frankfurt here in Germany, and I'm probably going to go to it. We'll see what happens. I'll see if I can go to it. And if my husband is willing to sacrifice 3 hours of his day to come with me to it. We'll have to see. But at any rate, so that is, so this next read is going to be on the, this next read is going to be on the protests. What's the energy surrounding the protests? What are people thinking? What are they feeling? What is the overall spiritual energy about the protests? We've gotten the parade, so now we're doing the protests. What is the energy with the protests? One more. Oh, No, they want me to stop. Okay. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and actually I'm going to eat dinner first, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and do the layout. Okay. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, the cards have been shuffled. They have been, I'm going to close this. I'm going to let this door close a little bit. Okay. Cards have been shuffled, and now we're going to see what the energies of the parade are going to be. Not the parade. Idiot. That's me, not anybody else. The energies of the protests are going to be. Okay, so these cards have been shuffled, and what I get from the protests are the Eight of Pentacles. Now, I don't think this is necessarily about people making money off of this. I don't think this is a money-making operation here. I think that what this signifies is these are the people that are going to show up, and these are the people that are really have put a lot of heart and soul into the action of putting this thing on. There are protests being scheduled for everywhere but DC. And I think that this is, that it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and people are putting heart and soul into it. And I think that that's what this card signifies. It's being crossed with the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is really, I don't know if this is really a conflict necessarily. I mean, people are putting their heart and soul into it. And I think what they're hoping for is a good turnout. I think that this card signifies the notion that we have to have a good turnout. We have to have people activated and motivated to be a part of this. And if it doesn't work, then we're screwed. And I think that this card, as a cross, it says we put the money, we put the time, we put the effort into it. Now we need the people to show up, and we need them to be in numbers too big to ignore. The past issues is the Knight of Pentacles. Well, you got this guy on his horse. He's covering his face. That seems to be pretty telling right there. This is the reason for it. This is the underlying reason behind why they're doing it. You've got this guy who's basically anonymous going out and doing stuff, and they don't like it. And they don't want to be a part of it. And the image tells me that this guy is hiding a little bit behind his anonymity. Say that word 3 times really fast. But I think that's what that signifies there. And immediate past is the Magician. Well, yes. They're protesting this person. They're protesting this guy who's deluded them. He has cheated them. He has done everything but the kitchen sink to them, and they are now really angry, and they're going out and they're basing it on the actions of this one man. Overarching energy is the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to play out. We don't know what's going to happen on Saturday, how things are going to play out in all these different protests. We hope that everybody will be safe. We hope that everything will be okay, but we don't know. I mean, that's just an uncertainty. We have the uncertainty about what's going to happen on Saturday when this happens. And we don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, but we aren't going in completely doe-eyed about it. We know that there's, that the people that are against us are going to try and do something against us. And I think that that's what this signifies here. This is the uncertainty. This is the guy who is basically sitting and hanging there and having to contend with all of the things that are going on. The immediate future is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is the guy who he's holding it. He is, I made the mistake at one point of thinking this guy was somewhat cocky or what have you, but actually he's not. He's actually a lover of nature, a lover of peace, a lover of the things that are good in the world, and he is the reason that they are doing all of this. Hopes and fears is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the subversive. I wouldn't say this is the hope that people are going to open their eyes and see what is going on and why they're doing this. Not necessarily just because they want to do it, but the reason behind why they're doing it. And they are doing it for the world, for the planet, for the people, for everything that they value and that they hold dear. And it's something that's very internal for each individual. The how others see you, or how others see it, they see it as the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles energy in this. On the other, there was Swords energy, and here there's Pentacles energy. This is the harvest. This is the things coming to fruition, and this is people seeing somebody giving them a little bit of hope, a little bit of positivity and optimism in the instance of things being so bad and being so difficult. Your hopes and wishes, the Nine of Swords. These are the not being able to sleep at night because they're worried. They're concerned that this is going to. They said that it's a make or break situation. They've put so much effort into this, and they put so much concentration into it, and now the Nine of Swords is coming through, and it's saying, I'm worried, I'm concerned about this, I don't know what's going to happen, and I really, really am hopeful, but I'm also very, very concerned. The final outcome is the Page of Wands. I've never pulled this card, I have to say. I've never pulled it, but I always get the sense of youthfulness. And this page looks very youthful, very nice. And I get the feelings that I get from this is that it's going to work out a lot better than people think. And I think that this is what the protests are going to be a lot better than what people are worried about, what they're concerned about, and that things will come out in the end. That is the sense that I get with this card. I'm not sure. Like I said, I have never pulled that card before, so I don't really know the underlying thing with it, but that is what I'm getting. Okay, here's the 4 more cards. I got the Star card, and this is pouring from one pot into the other, and just hoping that everything will be okay. The next card is the Empress. These are all major arcana cards. So this is going to be a big deal. This is the Empress is like a rebirth. This is like a coming to the rebirth. I get this one and the High Priestess sometimes mixed up, but actually the Empress is the one with the birth, the rebirthing, and and I think that she is. That this is a lot of feminine energy here. I mean, there's a lot of feminine energy at these events because women's rights are on the line and women know it. And so the Empress is about the rebirthing and the rebirth process. And then we've got the Page of Swords, and a lot of pages in this. So it's youthfulness. A lot of young people are activated. They're interested. They're motivated. And they're really focused in on what's going on. They know what the issues are, and they are focused in on it, and they are doing what they can. Every time I pull a page card, I pulled the Page of Pentacles, and I think the Page of Wands is the outcome. This is a youthful movement. This is about the young people. This is about their future, and the people are aware that the youth is taking this moment, and they are going with it. And this is about the youth in the world and the youth in America and what they want for their future. And finally, I got the Knight of Cups. And again, this is a card I do not know, but again, his face is covered, and he is his horse is reared back and he's holding up a cup. This looks like a triumphant card. I mean, when just on the surface, it looks like he is very triumphant, that he is celebrating. The horse is, looks like it's going to go and grab some of the leaves off the trees and eat them or something. But this guy is this is celebration. This is a celebratory look in this card, in this image. So what I get is that this is going to be successful. I get that this is going to be, there's going to be a lot of people showing up. A lot of young people are going to be present. A lot of women are going to be present. And that this is going to have an impact in a positive way on the world. And I think that that's what the read is on that. These cards are they're pretty optimistic in the sense that what is happening with this protests and stuff, and with the organizing and stuff. It's very well organized. They have a large social media presence. They are very, very activated. The people are young. They're ambitious. They have an idea, and they're not afraid to fight for what they believe in. And that's what I'm getting overall on this. That this is going to be a very, very positive day for these folks. And hopefully I can take part by going to Frankfurt on Saturday. But I have to make a sign, and need some ideas for a sign. I want to keep it optimistic and as I can, but it is a protest, so I have to come up with something a little bit, I want to say a little bit snarky, but that's just me. Okay, let me turn the camera around, and then I'll do close. Okay, so that is my reads on it. Thank you for being here and going through this with me. Yeah, I think two crosses, two Celtic crosses is probably enough for one day. But I really am very, very happy and excited about how well it's coming together as far as reading the cards and getting a sort of a sense of the cards, because I really, really like doing this. But I'm also massively concerned about whether or not I get some sort of accuracy in my reads. But as Libby said when she talked to David and Gary on their channel, she said there's no wrong way of doing this, that everybody has their way of reading the cards, and that it's just, you just read the cards as you feel the energy is speaking. And I have to say that I did feel an energy shift between the two reads, even though I had something to eat between the first and the second read. The first read was my chest felt very tight, and it felt very, very, oh God, this is like, for all the times that you want to see the Ten of Swords and the Death card, but the Tower card showed up. And somebody said that every time they read on this individual, I'm not going to say his name a second time, just said it once, I'm not going to say it a second time, but every time they read on this individual, they get the Tower. They get the Tower card. They said, oh my goodness, they get the Tower every single time. And then when I read on him and on the parade, guess what? I got the Tower card too. So I was like, yeah, there you go. Also got the Chariot. And the image that goes through my mind about this parade is Thelma and Louise going off the cliff. That is the image that I get. Can't change it, but that is what I get. But at any rate, but that's where we're at. And so I wish you a wonderful day. This is for entertainment only. There's no accuracy, science or so that's involved in this. This is just me fiddling around with tarot cards, trying to learn them. So it's for entertainment only. And boy, aren't we entertained today. So take care. Have a great day. And as always, namaste.